Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dig into some really cool tech that basically gives us a direct line to the ground beneath our feet. We're talking about the 8-in-1 Smart Soil Sensor. It's a device designed to finally let us understand what the Earth is trying to tell us. So let's find out what it's saying. Just think about that for a second. For literally centuries, growing food and managing land has involved a ton of experience, intuition, and, let's be honest, a fair bit of guesswork. Is it too dry? Does it need more nutrients? Is the pH balance off? These are the questions that keep farmers up at night. But what if you could just ask? What if you could trade all that guesswork for cold, hard data? Imagine getting a precise, real-time health report from your soil delivered right to the palm of your hand. Well, that's not science fiction anymore. That's exactly what this technology promises. All right, so let's get our hands dirty, metaphorically, of course. We're about to uncover the soil's deepest secrets by meeting the little device at the heart of this whole thing. And here it is. Now, I know, it might not look like much, but this compact unit is an absolute powerhouse of information. You see those 4 stainless steel probes? The whole thing is designed to be planted right in the ground, and it acts as the soil's translator, constantly measuring the critical conditions that make the difference between a crop that thrives and one that, well, doesn't. So, what's the big deal? What makes this one sensor so special? Well, the magic is right there in the name, 8-in-1. Let's break down exactly what it's measuring. This thing is basically giving your soil a complete physical. It goes way beyond just temperature and moisture. You get the pH level, which is crucial because it decides which nutrients your plants can even absorb. It checks salinity, which can tell you about water stress. And, this is the big one, it tracks the big 3 nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That's NPK. This is the exact data you need to do real precision agriculture. Now, one of the key metrics on that list is electrical conductivity, or EC. It sounds super technical, I know, but it's actually a pretty simple and powerful idea. All it does is measure the dissolved salts in the soil, which is a great shortcut for figuring out how many nutrients are actually available for a plant's roots to soak up. A higher EC can mean richer soil, but it's a really delicate balance because too high can actually be toxic. And of course, if a device is going to live underground, it has to be tough. I mean, really tough. This sensor is rated IP68 waterproof, which is pretty much the gold standard. It means it's totally sealed against dust and can be underwater, in wet soil, for long periods without breaking a sweat. It's literally built to be buried and forgotten about while it goes to work for you. Okay, so having a great sensor is one thing, right? But how does that vital information get from deep in a field all the way to a screen where you can actually use it? Let's trace the data's journey. This here gives us the big picture. And yeah, it might look a little complicated, but the concept is actually really straightforward. The whole system is designed to grab data from the sensor out in the field and shoot it wirelessly through the internet to whatever device you're using. Let me break it down. It's really just a 4-step journey. First, those sensor probes are constantly gathering the raw data on all 8 of those parameters we talked about. Second, that data gets sent wirelessly to a nearby LoRaWAN gateway. Third, the gateway pushes it up to a server on the internet where all the number crunching happens. And finally, step 4, the processed, easy-to-read info pops up on your phone, tablet, or computer. Simple as that. Now, you might have caught that term LoRaWAN. That is the secret sauce that makes this whole system so practical, especially for farming. It stands for Long Range Wide Area Network. Basically, it lets these little sensors send small bits of data over huge distances while sipping on battery power. That means you can cover massive fields without worrying about running wires or changing batteries all the time. It's a total game changer. So, we've seen the hardware, we've seen the network, but what does all of this actually look like for the person who needs to use it, the person making the calls? And this is the payoff. All of that complex information gets boiled down into this clean, super simple interface right on your phone. Just at a glance, you can see the soil temperature, the moisture percentage, the pH, the nutrient levels, everything you need, all in one place, and updated in pretty much real time. But behind that simple, friendly screen is this. This is a peek at the back end, the raw data stream that the system is constantly chugging through. It's just a little reminder of the powerful engine running under the hood, collecting precise data 24/7 to give you those clear, actionable insights. Okay, let's bring it all home. Why does any of this really matter? Why is giving soil a voice so important?
This right here is a fantastic point from the source material. Because these sensors are small and wireless, you can bury a few of them at different depths in the exact same spot. Think about that. You can see the conditions not just at the surface, but all the way down through the root zone. You're getting an unprecedented, almost 3D view of your soil's health.
And this is where it all comes together. When you know exactly what your soil needs and when it needs it, you can make incredibly smart decisions. You water only when the moisture is actually low, which saves a ton of water. You add fertilizer only where it's needed, which cuts down on waste and pollution. And what's the result? Better crop yields, higher quality food, and a much more sustainable and efficient way of farming. It's a win-win-win. So it all leads to this one big question. As technology like this gets cheaper, more powerful, and easier to use, are we looking at the new standard for agriculture? Will having a direct data feed from your soil become just as essential as a tractor? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.